have an awesome 3-day concert music festival over at Camp Agawam, and we are joined now with Carson and Preston Austermann from Friends of Camp Agawam, a gem of a park here in Lake Orion that the township bought a number of years ago. Of course, you could tell us all about that, but let's start off by talking about the Tommystock. You're in your 11th year this year.
Yeah.
What can people expect this year?
Well, it's a lot more of the same. We've got the tiki bar all day long, which is free admission down by the beach, live acoustic music, frozen drinks, a lot of fun. And then once the evening rolls around at 7 p.m., we are going to be headed to what's going to be the new and improved and expanded Fire Bowl this year. With some great live music. We're going to have a tribute kind of to the 90s on Friday and more of an 80s theme on Saturday with the rock sensation Rockstar, which will...
Rockstar, yeah, I've heard of
so
them,
it'll
yeah.
be great.
Now, you sent me some photos just the other day. There's some improvement. There's some work going on over at the Fire Bowl. What's happening over there?
We're getting a brand new stage. We've been working with the old Boy Scout dock for a long time. It was the fishing docks, and so we're building a stone stage, additional seating. We've got like a third, 33% more seating going in, which is all going to be stone work done by our neighbors at Rockworks right down the street, who's done all the beautiful rock work out there. We've got the stairs and that mezzanine, and it's looking really, really special out there.
That's
really exciting.
So Camp Agawam used to be a Boy Scout camp for a long time, right? And then the property was going to go up for sale, and the township stepped in and got it. And what a blessing!
Yeah, what a great investment!
So glad they didn't develop that into residential or commercial or whatever. Talk about the history of Camp Agawam.
Well, so yeah, it's over 100 years old. For over 100 years, it was a Boy Scout camp. Like you said, the township bought it, and one of the reasons that we formed our nonprofit was to just kind of help assure that it wouldn't be developed, that we could find uses for it that were more recreational and entertainment, and people could enjoy that piece of property for another 100 years to come, rather than another subdivision. There's no piece of property in Southeast Michigan, in my opinion, that is as beautiful as Camp Agawam.
Yeah, and the township, the Parks and Rec, they hold events over there. Talk about the Kaboom Playground. That was a pretty awesome story.
and how cool, you get the Ralph Wilson Foundation pays for that, and they have the kids from Orion Township got to draw what they want the park to look like, and then Kaboom actually puts together a plan with the equipment that the kids draw, and you end up building it's all built by the community. The Ralph C. Wilson Foundation donated that equipment.
And it was like in one day, right? They built it in one day.
A weekend.
Okay, because I remember we put a kind of a time-lapse camera up on a cherry picker and hit record, and the one thing I remember is that a storm blew in. You remember this?
Yes.
And we got all of that on video. A nasty storm came in the day they were building the Kaboom Playground, but it's just spectacular. And every time I'm there for an event or to shoot video or something, there's always kids over there playing on the equipment.
The beach used to be a hidden gem.
Yeah.
But they've expanded that. We were just out there checking the progress of the new stage and the Fire Bowl yesterday, and the beach was packed.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that people are finding the hidden gem and taking advantage of it.
So on Friday and Saturday, you have the concert performances and, like you said, the tiki bar. Now, Sunday is a little different. There's not necessarily any live performances on Sunday, right?
Well, we do have we do karaoke for a cure, because the Sunday is all about raising money and awareness for breast cancer. I've been an ambassador for the Real Men of Orion, Real Men Wear Pink, for several years, and we do have Cindy Lish and Kishlicious is the name of the band. They've been coming out for the last few years, so we've kind of made it a tradition, and they come out and perform. We do the pink float out, as you know, you've been out there with the drone to get the good shot, and so I think it's just a great way to cap off the weekend by raising money for people who really could use the help. A portion of the drink sales is donated back from the Friends of Camp Agawam to the Real Men of Orion, and there's merchandise normally through Dave Klonke's been an ambassador, and they're Right Hook brand, so they make some merch, and we sell merch, and people make donations. Sometimes we do fun things where I'll make a donation. I'll say, hey, I'm going to donate $100 to get Joe Johnson to sing a karaoke song, and he can either go sing it or match the $100 donation to not sing it.
Now, you know what I find so interesting is you easily could have done the music festival on Friday and Saturday and then use Sunday to rest up, but you've donated that time, that space for a good cause. That's something to be applauded.
Yeah,
Why do you think it's important to do that?
Well, because we have the ability more than anything. It's already set up. The tiki bar's there, the infrastructure, the tent, and so why not, instead of breaking it down early, why not try to take advantage of the resources we have to do more good?
Yeah.
Right? Squeeze as much juice out of that as you can.
Now, the Tommystock acts as a fundraiser. Talk about how that money goes back into Camp Agawam. What types of things have been done? What types of things do you still hope to get done?
So, like I said, we started with the new steps. They were dangerous. The old guardrail steps. Building a mezzanine. This year is the stage and more seating. We've got electrical upgrades that need to be done. We'd like a permanent concession stand. For years, we've been using the wood short. What do they call it? The wood hut where they stored the firewood and stuff. And that's no longer with us. And
Yeah. Did it end up in the fireball?
It's gonna. We'll be burning it this year as part of the fire.
But there will be food at the event, right? You have food trucks.
Yeah, we're gonna have the Jamaican food truck back. That's been really popular. Local family, the Zitos, who live on Tommy's Lake. Their son's getting into the culinary thing. They're gonna do some barbecue out there, and then Hungry Citizen, who's always out at Wildwood every weekend, is gonna be serving up some really good food out there too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you got me wondering, I was talking about this with someone the other day. Are there people who live on the lake who are like, keep it down over there? Or are they embracing what's happening there?
Believe it or not, there's only been one person, I guess, over the years, and they've come to embrace it. You know, they know that it's one weekend out of the year, and while it might seem a little loud or keep them up a little later, it's for a good cause.
Yeah, why complain? Come on over and join the party. Have some fun. I'm there every year shooting video, and you got Friday night and Saturday night, and it's really something to see when you have a great turnout in the bleachers there. The amphitheater is filled, and the fire is blazing, and the band is performing. It's really something.
Right, and I go back to there's really not any venues that are quite like it. There's every municipality's got a gazebo or a band shell. We have both, right? And now we have this beautiful. We've had national touring acts in there who compare it to Red Rocks, which is, as far as most people are concerned, the most beautiful venue in the world. And here we've got something in Lake Orion that's like the mini version of that.
Yeah. Have you been at Camp Agawam? Are you aware that all this is going on over there?
I have been there, but it was like a while ago, like before the expansion. Like I didn't even know about the playground, or I didn't even know about this event. So it's been
That's
a while.
why we're here.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, that the amphitheater there is so beautiful. Are there things that go on there throughout the year, or
not just yet? I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of logistical things that need to be done. We have to do a lot of work to make that usable for the weekend, and to do that type of work for, like, say, a 3-hour show on a Friday just isn't feasible. We need some permanent bathrooms, like I said, upgrades to the power, better lighting to and from, down the pathways and stuff. So once we have things that are permanent, we can start doing a lot more.
It would be fun. I don't know if we've ever discussed this before, but the high school has their theater troupe over there, and they do great work. Imagine doing like Shakespeare or something,
That'd be
performing
really cool.
Shakespeare at the amphitheater. That'd be something.
Yeah,
to see
stand-up
down there.
comedy, weddings.
Oh yeah.
Our supervisor had his daughter's wedding there, which was beautiful. So
Yeah, that's awesome. And another fascinating aspect whenever I go over there to shoot video is you see people camping. You see people setting up tents or
Yeah.
trailers. Talk about that aspect.
yeah, I
of
mean
it.
it's a campground. You know, the Boy Scouts use it for camping, and again, it's when you're out there at nighttime and people are camping, and you got the fairy lights and the Christmas lights. You feel like you're a million miles from home. I mean, and it's right here in Lake Orion. Like if you had to, you could still run off to Meyer and grab yourself something, and it just doesn't feel that way when you're out there.
Yeah. We need a fire starter. Run over to Meyer and get one. So yeah, like I said, what an incredible resource, what an amazing gym. If someone wants to attend, where can they get tickets? How do they get involved?
Tommystock.org. It's www.tommystock.org. Tickets are available. You can purchase tent camping spaces right from the website, and all the information there, the lineup for the bands, lineup for the tiki bar music, all be found there at tommystock.org.
That's awesome. Am I forgetting anything? Can you think of anything else?
Are you guys like planning to do anything like new in the upcoming future with this event, like, or thinking of adding anything else to it?
Well, I'll let Preston talk about this, but for
Yeah, you've been kind of quiet over here. You
several
all the
years,
time.
Preston has spearheaded our what we call Electric Agawam, which has always been part of Tommystock. This year he's got it with a new baby on the way, baby number 2 for Preston.
Might come during Tommystock weekend. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm a third generation growing up and coming to Tommy's Lake. My grandparents lived there, so when I was growing up, it was always a Boy Scout camp. I actually never went there my whole life until the township bought it, and at that point I remember going to the grounds. I was like, this is a perfect festival grounds. I was like, I'm not going to do it, but maybe you should. So I've been around since the inception of Tommystock, and the very first events, we kind of had a mix of rock bands and then dance music, DJing music. Because I'm younger, I brought that aspect to it.
And that's in the lodge there, right?
Yes, the
what do they call it?
Alberici
Yeah,
Lodge.
Alberici,
Yep.
yeah.
So we started doing it in the Alberici after my first son was born. I came back and we did an indoor where you had a bar, DJ, and then outdoor we had silent disco with 2 DJs. So it's always been kind of an event within the event. My hope and some things looking forward is to use the Fire Bowl for some open air dance events or anything really. Once the infrastructure is there, it'll be more appealing to use it. But I think there's an opportunity to maybe do something a little more focused on the Electric Agawam aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good local DJs in Detroit, really international folks that would come out here, and a lot of them have played, and just like some of the bands are like, this place is amazing. They want to come back. Quite a few of them are bummed I won't be doing the stage this year, but we'll be back better than ever. But yeah, there's a real pocket for some open air events on that format, some DJs, different kinds of music. Really, like Red Rocks has everything from rock bands to DJs that play on it there. So really, it's kind of like a mini version of that. That's what the long-term goal is. And all the funds from each of the Tommystocks, they go right back into it. We started this 11 years ago. It was from the ground up. We've learned a lot of lessons, simplified some things. We're at a point now where we're really able to start seeing some of this stuff manifest. So it's very exciting and starting to open up the next chapter. So I'm obviously near and dear to the ground, just growing up there. My wife and I got married at Camp Agawam. We were the second wedding that ever happened there.
After Chris Barnett's family?
Yeah, well, it was actually before that. There
Oh,
was one
okay.
other couple that got married before my wife Aubrey and I did, but we got married in the outdoor chapel. So we've just really been using the grounds and the lake itself too. Anyone who goes or lives on Tommy's Lake, it's full sports. It's an all sports lake. If that side of the lake was developed, that would not be viable. So you lose out on water skiing. There's a water ski course. So our mission and our goal with this event is obviously to keep the grounds how they are and improve them year over year. But also our group, Friends of Camp Agawam, we're in the community. We all live here, so we're also focused on other green spaces. But this is really our flagship. This is what we've been doing, and we're actually starting to see some progress now. There's also an 18-hole disc golf course on Camp Agawam. So if you're at the festival, you could go and take a break, play around a disc golf, and then cool off at the lake. I mean, it has it all. So it's something we've got to just keep it going and keep the interest there and keep people coming there. weddings. My son's first 2 birthday parties were there, and even had a dog birthday party at Camp Agawam. So, yeah, it's a privilege to be able to serve the community, especially with this particular event and everything at the camp.
I know one event I look forward to every year is the township does the Fall Festival of Family Fun on the grounds of Camp Agawam, and
Yep.
they have hay wagon rides and a little makeshift pumpkin patch and fun events. So yeah, there's always something going on there. It's a lot of
Imagine
fun
once
to
we
see.
have an infrastructure there, being able to maybe kick that up into a more of a haunted forest.
Oh yeah.
That would be a lot of
Wouldn't
fun.
that be
That'll
a
bring
lot
in
of
more
fun?
people too.
Yeah, and that's a fun thing. You know, I've been covering Tommystock for a number of years, and it's not the same thing twice. Every year there's something new to see. There's something going on. So it's really
Yeah,
good.
and it's funny because, you know, it's our 11th year, 8th officially as a 501c3. And when we first got started, you know, it was a struggle. None of us had started a 501c3 before. We didn't have any money to start with, and we'd get done and be like, man, maybe we should just write checks instead of trying to put on this big event. But
Yeah.
here we are these years later, and we're doing 6-figure projects out there that are just, it makes the hair on my arm stand up when I go and just see the progress, thinking where we were 11 years ago and where we are now is just, it's something to really be proud of.
That's awesome.
And
Well,
we couldn't
thanks.
have done it without the support of the community.
Definitely.
Our, you know, coming and supporting us, our sponsors. So, yeah.
All right, so tommystock.org for more information, and we hope to see you there. It's going to be fun. I know I'll be there at least one of the nights, if not a couple of the nights, and of course on Sunday for the charity fundraiser. So great
Always
job,
look
man.
forward to seeing you out there, Joe.
All right, yeah.